Hi everyone, my name is Ep15 from Unravel Biosciences and welcome back to another episode of Unraveling Rare. We are here for a very first in-person, all hands on deck meeting at the Unravel Biosciences office, and we're conducting little mini interviews with the team just so you can learn more about the people behind the company. So I am here with...
Hi, I'm Erica.
Richard Novak.
Rahul.
Michaela.
I'm Linda.
Frederick Vigneault.
Viola from Fanny.
Romano.
Bridget.
I'm Neil Moody, Chief Medical Officer at Unravel Biosciences.
And Neil, what's your role at Unravel?
So I am in charge of translating all of the discoveries that we come up with and coming up with a clinical development plan, getting them into the clinic and getting them to test in patients.
I'm co-founder and CEO of Unravel.
I am a data scientist at Unravel, and I drive the data processing from our RNA sequencing swabs that we receive from patients. I also do some of the reporting so that all of our results from our computational analysis are all compiled for families and patients to use.
I'm a research associate here at Unravel, so I work in the lab with the tadpoles, and I also coordinate our rare shift swap studies here.
I'm the lead computational scientist here at Unravel. And my role is basically to look after various computational platforms that we have, from drug prediction to a tadpole tracker, a whole bunch of stuff.
I lead our translational research, where we use patient data, computational drug predictions, and in vivo screening to identify and de-risk therapeutics for a variety of disorders.
I'm the business development manager here at Unravel, so I work on a lot of our partnerships and also helping introduce people to the Rare Shift program.
I'm the Chief Scientific Officer at Unravel.
I'm the bioinformatics software engineer here at Unravel, and I mostly handle data pipelines, pipeline automation, things like that.
I'm a bioinformatics scientist. I work a lot on our data and I try to make sense of what we find, what we see from patients, from experiments.
How would you describe the problem that Unravel is trying to solve?
So we're tackling the problem of how do you know if a drug actually works in a patient? And how can we answer that quickly, not in 10 or 15 years?
I think that Unravel is looking to change the paradigm of drug development to help give more patients with rare and complex diseases access to effective therapeutics.
When we started Unravel, the problem we're trying to solve, and I think we're doing a pretty good job, is when you're working with those rare complex disorders, it can be like 20, 30 years of research. And what we're trying to do is like to basically skip those 20 years. So we're trying to unravel the biology as quickly as possible by validating a therapeutic response in a model or a patient.
One of our missions at Unravel is to defragment rare disease. So a lot of the patients that we work with have rare disorders, and they don't have a lot of people listening and learning from them and understanding what their disorder entails. So for us, it's really important to find a way to find commonalities between patients so we can develop drugs that will be meaningful for them and potentially a larger group of patients.
And what part of your work right now are you most excited about?
I think for me, it's that patient impact. Being able to have promising therapeutics that we can rapidly prototype, test in the clinic in patients, in actual patients, to see that if it benefits them and provides value. That's a very, very exciting position.
I'm most excited about kicking the observational studies off that we have organized with a couple different foundations right now.
I'm really excited about introducing more of our potential partners to our predictable medicine program and using our living molecular twins to advance drug development.
So I'm really excited to see how our work is translating into the clinic. We have several patients that are, with their clinician guidance, already taking some of the molecules that we've worked on and have been seeing really amazing results. So it's really nice to hear their testimonies and see that our work is having an impact on patients and families.
What is something that people outside of the company might be surprised to learn about us?
So most of the people that we work with have engaged with us through Rare Shift and kind of screening and other service type programs, but we're actually a biotech. We started the services to enable others to have access to the really cool technology that we develop for ourselves. And so this is actually a sort of minor part of what we do. The major part of what we do is actually a biotech that solves the need for new therapeutics.
I think they'll be surprised at the dichotomy of, on the one hand, the sheer magnitude of problem that we are trying to solve, and on the other hand, how
constrained we are in terms of the budget, team size, and all the other resources. So just putting these two together, I think it would be not conceivable to many folks. That's what I think.
Well, I think if you think of Unravel as a biotech company and focused on developing drugs that benefit patients, I think one thing a lot of people who may not know more about the company would really be pleasantly surprised to find out is that we work with a lot of patient families and organizations right now to put our technology to real world practice in identifying potential therapeutics that could be beneficial for patients. It's a very exciting time in the sense that what we do has a lot of long-term potential as far as coming up with new drugs, but even with existing drugs that may be out there that could be beneficial for patients today, that could benefit them, we have the ability to make a big change in their lives.
If you had to describe our team culture using one word, what would it be and why?
Probably collaborative. Like I was saying, we all kind of do a bit of everything. We're not really stuck in one role. So whatever's needed for the project at the time, we just kind of jump in and do our part.
I would say collaborative just because of our inner team relationships within the company and also with the different foundations and organizations we work with outside of the company too.
Our team culture is basically collective problem solving. That's how I see it. So different team members have different backgrounds. We have business folks, we have computational folks, and we have folks with biology background, and they're all coming together to solve the one problem, which is to help improve the lives of the patients.
What do you hope Unravel will have achieved by next year?
Well, for me personally, and I think for the company, being able to start our first clinical study, proof of concept study in Rett syndrome of Ravel1, that's game changing, and it's very exciting. We're at the cusp of hopefully being able to get that started. First patient dosed, and so by the same time next year, my hope is that we've completed a clinical study that allows us to validate the science behind our platform, hopefully identify something that could be beneficial to patients, and give us a lot of opportunity to continue to push forward in development.
Well, we're about to enter the clinic, actually for 2 clinical trials. And so what we're hoping to achieve is to finish those clinical trials and have positive data, and ideally start 2 more trials.
I hope that we complete the new observational studies and get good data from it, and that allows to find patients an effective treatment.
What impact do you hope our work will have on patients and families?
I hope that our work will allow more patients and families to have happy and healthy lives together.
I hope that our work here is able to provide more realistic and affordable options of treatment for the kids that we work with, especially since it is a rare disease. There may not be a drug on the market as a treatment option, but at least if we can find drugs already in existence that could alleviate some of their symptoms, it would be beneficial for them.
I hope that we become an official clinical stage company where we can bring meaningful therapeutics to as many patients as possible.
Well, I think in the near term, the impact is if we can find therapies that are already out there, approved perhaps for other indications, not realizing that it could have immense value for a given patient to impact their life, that we could make a meaningful difference in the lives of several patients over the course of the year.
And Viola, what is one fun thing about you that the rest of our team might not know?
That's a really good question. I've been playing volleyball almost 20 years.
I like to surf, I like to snowboard, so I do that as much as I can.
I played lacrosse in university.
I'm a big rock climber, and I'm getting my son into it. And one of my favorite trips of all time was actually climbing for 8 days through the North Cascades.
So back at home, I have several tanks full of little shrimps that I like to breed for their fun colors. And
I am also a dance teacher on the side.
I don't think many people know that I actually spent my early childhood in Senegal.
The one big thing that I like to do outside of work, and that is to travel. And I like to try to travel in a way that, of across all geographies, but immerse myself in local culture.
Before my work at Harvard and in drug development on Unravel, I actually worked at a chocolate factory in quality assurance and marketing.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get to eat the chocolates at all?
Yeah, so that was actually a pretty big component of quality assurance is taste testing. So
I know how to juggle.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you juggle?
Yeah, I can juggle.
Okay. Rahul's gonna juggle for the video. This is gonna be great.